Microphone check, 1, 2, what is this?
You're now listening to a brand new episode of the Play Big Faster podcast.
Look what you done started.
Talk to him.
Attorney, high-performance coach, and speaker Cherie Prince asks hard questions to really get to the bottom of what makes entrepreneurs tick. From starting a business, marketing, strategies, and the ins and outs of their industries. We talk everything from book recommendations, lifestyle hacks, and everything possible to get you inspired and motivated to build your own business. The Play Big Faster podcast starts now.
Let's go.
Welcome to another edition of the Play Big Faster podcast. We are joined today by Amy Hager, one of the principals for Joyful Business Resolution. Hey, Amy.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing great. Listen, when I ran across your profile, I was really excited to hear more about what the kind of work that you and Shannon do. If you can just maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started serving entrepreneurs, I know that our subscribers would love to hear more about it.
Yeah, and so at the Joyful Business Revolution, we're really focusing on using organic marketing to really grow a business that puts your joy front and center. And so we want to make sure that a lot of times business owners get so wrapped up in the I have to do and I have to do all of these things, and they forget or lose that desire that really originally fueled their business, or even that passion that fueled it to begin with, right? And so if we're able to bring them back to making that larger impact, really tapping into the passion and their purpose driven to make this world a better place and really get into the heart and soul that they have for connecting deeper, then I think that is the secret sauce right there.
When you say organic marketing, tell us about what that encompasses.
So organic marketing is definitely something that is created, one, aligned with your energy, and we can dive in a little bit to that and how to figure that out. But it's not using paid ads or paid boosts or paid Google ads or Facebook ads or anything along those lines. And so when we're looking at organic marketing, it really is leveraging things like your email list and your social media accounts and being able to attract your ideal audience through that I guess tool, instead of going out and paying for ads or paying for audience or paying for followers.
Now, this is the question that I know a lot of people may have. If I'm working so hard trying to grow my business and develop relationships in marketing, how am I able to incorporate the organic marketing piece? And do you guys kind of expect for me to do it myself, or do you have a system where maybe I'm building a team?
And so we actually do it, I would say we do it with you. So great messaging never comes in a silo. You cannot create great messaging on your own. A lot of it comes from conversation and collaboration. And so when you have strong messaging and a way to get it out into the world, so your marketing strategy, that usually is going to then open up conversations that will lead to sales, right? And when your messaging is working well for you, that sale is a whole lot lighter of a lift. It's not as hard to do. And so a lot of times when we get wrapped up into the, oh, I need to post every single day, I need to do this, I need to do that. What I love to do is take a look at what you're doing now and figure out the best way effectively and efficiently to work with you in the time that you already have. Like, you shouldn't need to add more time on into your day. And a lot of times what we look at is how can we actually scale back the time that we're in our business. And when we know what our content personality type is and what our messaging is, that really makes the rest of that process a lot easier.
Now, you said something I was definitely going to ask you about, your contact personality type. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yep. So we believe there is 5 content personality types. So I know people have taken like DISC assessments or Enneagram or human design or anything along those lines, right? And so the content personality quiz really allows you to uncover or discover, I would say, what best way you should be creating content. And so there's 5 content personality types. One is written, then there's video, visual, audio, and live in person. And so when you discover what content personality type you are, the challenge that I like to give you is, one, what are you doing right now to create in that content personality type? So if you're written content personality type, but you're doing all of these workshops and lives and videos and things along those lines, I challenge you to stop doing all of that and focus on the written. And when we eliminate things that aren't energetically aligned with us, we do create more time and space because we're not banging our heads against the wall trying to go live or convince ourselves or do any of the things if we're written. So really tapping into that one way to create content that most energetically aligns, and then giving yourself permission to let the rest go is the first step.
If I wanted to join the Joyful Business Revolution and work with you, what sort of time commitment am I looking at?
Yeah. So we already look at what you're already doing. So that way, if we can have you do it more effectively and more efficiently, we'll start there. Two, you're going to be stopping and doing, you're no longer going to be doing things. You're going to be stopping things. And so usually I would say you're probably already spending 1 to 2 hours a week on marketing, messaging, in those things within your business. That's probably what we'll strive for. But again, I don't want to say, oh, you should only, or you should be, or you need to be spending 1 to 2 hours a week. It really is, we have got to look at your current flow and work with it.
Well, that's awesome, and I know you didn't get here overnight. When I was when I was reviewing some of your bio, I noticed that you had some alphabet soup behind your name. So tell us about that and how it works with you in your business.
Yep. So I actually came from the association and nonprofit space. I'm a certified association executive, and I also hold the Institute for Organizational Management, IOM, designation. And really, that space set the stage for me to be able to work more deeply with entrepreneurs because I was helping build organizations that were member centric. So we're really looking at that mission or that movement that's bigger than us, really. And by being able to communicate an organization's vision and mission, or an individual's vision and mission and why, and really helping people tap into that emotional connection, that relationship building connection, because people do business with people. Humans do business with humans. We are not all robots. Really, you're able to apply the strategies across both types of industries because it is digging deep and helping people make an emotional decision and an emotional connection. Where we really lose it is when it's just the fluff, the hustle and grind and things along those lines. That comes off energetically as hustle and grind. And you know what? There are people that love it. But if you're not into that and you're really trying to figure out how to attract the people that you really on a deep soul level want to connect with, that's where we're going to take a different look and a different approach to your marketing and your messaging.
Working with you, would I come in a cohort? Is it a group coaching setting, or what does that look like?
D, all the above. And so we've got 2 ways that you can really, really easily start working with us. One is in our Content Personality Club, which the first 3 Wednesdays of every month, we gather in community. We create a piece of content so that you can use it to promote your business. And the first week we work on the messaging. The second week we really work on the how are you getting that out there? Where are you getting it out there? If you're doing a live video or a workshop or writing a blog. And then that third week, we really look at the results of it. And we also ask, like, did you enjoy actually doing this thing? And tapping into that, because if you don't enjoy it, then you're never going to do it. And we do have a saying, and I hope I can cuss. If not, let me know.
Right ahead.
If it ain't joyful, we ain't doing that shit. And so by really tapping into that and allowing ourselves to fully embody that, I think that is like the gold in everything that we do. And so if you are looking for a little bit more deeper work, you want more work on building a organic marketing strategy, you need help refining your offers, and you still need help with that messaging point, we do have a program called Joy Fueled, which is a hybrid program of one-to-one and group. And every once in a while, Shannon and I will take an individual one-on-one client here and there. And then the last place that we really love working with people at is at our Joy Money Retreat, where we bring you for 5 days together to really make sure that your business and your life is aligned and that it's aligned in the lens of joy. And a lot of times we tend to compartmentalize different things and separate businesses and put them in silos and think of them as individual components instead of this beautiful intertwined thing. And so by taking a full scope look at everything, that's also where we want to really focus on freeing up some of your time and energy for the things that you really like and figuring out how to let go or delegate or remove the things that don't light you up.
This is such great information. But what I really I want to know the story of Amy and Shannon. How did you guys get together and just start doing this and offering these services to entrepreneurs?
That is kind of a fun story. So again, I was in the association nonprofit space and I was the Bed and Breakfast Association of Virginia. Shannon had just left teaching. She was a teacher up in the Bronx in New York, and she was teaching blog writing to entrepreneurs. She also had this little crazy dream of being a bed and breakfast owner. And so she approached the New Jersey, because that's where she's located. I'm in Virginia. She approached the New Jersey bed and breakfast and was like, hey, can I come teach blog writing? And she knocked it out of the park. I heard about her down here in Virginia. So I had her Amtrak down here for our conference. And she did such a great job of breaking down how to write blogs for non-writers and for non-marketers. And so I knew she was onto something, and she had just created the content personality wheel. And so I was using that when I was teaching my innkeepers how to do their marketing. And then I started to use it in the association space to actually build out sales and marketing teams. And finally, fast forward about 7 or 8 years after all of that, and I was no longer with the association. Shannon and I were just, Facebook friends, like we all are. I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I've been using the quiz to build teams out. I see what you're doing. I see you're expanding. I see you're growing, and I see you need help. I think I can help you. And at that time, the company was M. Shannon Hernandez. It wasn't Joyful Business Revolution. And we did not come clear on that name until about 18 to 20 months of us working together as a team. And I really think we were able to take both of our strengths, which offset each other very, very well, and develop something that really is larger than just the two of us. So she always likes to joke because the first session that she did at my conference, she was the last session in like a corner room. And she's always like, Amy put me in the corner.
Do not feel left out. There's always a place for her over here in this corner at Play Big Faster Podcast. So
Yeah.
yeah, do not feel left out at all. So that is so great. Now, in addition to doing this, you guys also do speaking engagements, because this is not just a message for your clients. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yep. So both Shannon and I are live in-person people on the content personality quiz. And so we both really do travel and do a lot of speaking engagement, or even, I would say, workshops or intimate trainings, things along those lines, because we know, one, she's an educator at heart, right? And so you can never take the you can't take the teach out of the teacher. And so she really, really lights up when she's able to teach these practices. And even though I never went to school to be a teacher, I really, really do feel like bringing people together to work on something in community, because we don't need to do these things alone. And I also did have a radio career, so speaking in front of people all the time is always just come super duper easy. And when we are speaking, it really is the goal of giving like that micro clarity on something to move your business forward, even just that tiny step, because it's all about the tiny steps that create the bigger impact.
So one thing that I found in my work with entrepreneurs is that sometimes we are time challenged. We're so busy working in the business that we're not working on the business. So you work with entrepreneurs, how do you convince them that things like even your retreats, that you do have time to step away from your business and do these retreats? How are they formatted so that you're actually serving those people in the highest and best way?
I do think giving yourself a break from the quote unquote grind of business and getting out of your normal space and setting that intention to be somewhere, to focus on you, yourself, and everything around you is really, really one of the best things that you can do for your business. And if this is something you're not purposefully scheduling, and maybe you don't start out with a retreat, maybe it's one day a quarter that you really step away and go do something that really lights you up, that really gets those creative juices flowing. And we, by bringing people together though at retreat for, a 5-day period, it's where we can really bring your brilliance and vision, honor that, and put together a larger plan for your best year, not only in business, but in life. And so a lot of times when we get people, it is, oh my gosh, it was such a pain in the butt to schedule this time. I had to find kid sitters, figure out food, all of those things while you're away, because there is a lot of things going on at home while you're away. But a lot of times we have the flow within the Joy Money Retreat and within that time for you to reconnect deeply with yourself, connect deeper with other entrepreneurs. Again, I think maybe the theme you're hearing through everything is you shouldn't be doing this alone. No one should be doing this alone. And we really make sure that our flow of the retreat allows the time where you're in a space of doing work or doing activities, but then having time to go out for a walk. And it's really that luxury of a beautiful setting and having full on attention to you, your life, and your business that you probably just never think to actually take the pause to do on your own.
Well, if it's okay, I'm going to do a shameless plug for your blog because you guys actually have a post titled Goal Setting to Create Your Vivid Vision. And so I think kind of touch on some of the things that you said and on how important it is for entrepreneurs to take that time and just create the vision.
Exactly. We get so busy executing on serving our clients and doing all of the things, is if there isn't a vision, what are we actually working towards? And I was just working with a team retreat earlier this week, and we worked on their individual lifestyle values first, because there is a reason why these 5 people are together, but we have to honor who they are individually. And once we really got to share their individual lifestyle values, what really came out of it was the business's lifestyle values. And now that they have these 5 values, which one was safety at home, one was giving back, another one was, I'm trying to think of how to actually word this. It was important to all of them to have boundaries with each other, boundaries with their clients, boundaries with their prospects, and not give in to those boundaries. And when we really found all of these lifestyle values, the other one that was really important was rest, and then having dreams and achievements. Now they have something to really run ideas through. When they have a new idea, they go and ask, well, how does this support our give back? How does this support rest? How does this support dreams and achievements? How does this support safety at home? And if it doesn't support any of those, it may not be a very good business decision to go forward with it. And so just having something that came from them as individuals for this company, and for them to really put gut checks into place as they go forward. And then we set, measuring success. And we need to learn how to measure success outside of our revenue and outside of our client success. And so I think taking time to set those visions gives you a lot deeper clarity on your business, but it is amazing the effect that has then also on your messaging, which will then help you attract more ideal clients to work with you.
So you had a very key point in terms of looking at your revenue and other things as key indicators. So based on the way that your program is set up, are you working with new entrepreneurs, people that are established, or is it for anyone in any phase of business?
I would say the best people to work with us and to do this work is you already have something established and you've already been working with clients, and you have a very high referral business. If you aren't doing any marketing, or the marketing you are doing is not attracting anybody, but you have referrals, you are in a very good position. And that is the best time to start leveraging stronger messaging and marketing. If you're just getting started in business, you can do some of this work. And I don't want to discourage people to not reach out because they feel like they're too early in business. But by having a product or a service that is working well and you're getting referrals from it, it takes that guessing game out of the work that we have to do. And then we can really focus on the messaging and marketing.
And that is so key, because sometimes you have a great idea and you have people that offer great services, but it's not the right timing for you. And the one thing that I love is that not only are you guys doing the work, but it's clear from your messaging. Even when you go to your website, joyfulbusinessrevolution.com, you know what your values are and you take your commitments. And I think that is awesome, because it's not just about the bottom line in terms of revenue. How do you incorporate that into how you serve people?
So just like that, it's really not always about the bottom line. And that question of how do you measure your success outside of the revenue and outside of your client success is a beautiful question to be asking yourself. And if you don't know the answers, one, don't make yourself wrong. But two, I really do think then you need to start taking a deeper look at your why and your joy and your vision in your business.
Well, that is awesome. So tell me this, if you had one piece of advice that you can share with a budding entrepreneur that would inform and improve their organic marketing, what would that be?
It's the content personality. It really, really is. Like, it solves and answers a lot of questions for you. So if you're not even sure where to get started in your marketing, take the content personality quiz and figure out what content personality type you are. Once you know that eliminates a lot of other decisions that you no longer need to make. If you end up being video, you no longer need to ask yourself, well, should I start a podcast? Should I be writing a blog? Should I be hosting workshops? No, you should be doing video. And then we've got to look at what then activity that is considered video best aligns with you. And I think the other thing is marketing is a very playful experiment. And if you're not playfully experimenting, then it's really, really hard to figure out what you do and don't like.
Now you have to tell us where we can find the content personality wheel, because you just all need it.
So you can just Google content personality wheel and it will show up. If you go to Joyful Business Revolution, it is the thing that's on our homepage.
Well, that is so awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, not that I can think of. I think you've asked me some really great questions. So thank you for being such a wonderful host.
Look, we appreciate your time, and tell Shannon we have not left her out. We're just saving the best for last. So yes, let her know. We're taking her out of the corner.
Will do. I love it. She's going to love that.
Well, guys, until next time, this has been another episode of the Play Big Faster podcast. Until then, play big faster. Thank you.
Do you want to start your own business? Confused about where to begin? Not sure if you can do this? I'm glad you made your way here. Cut through the confusion. I invite you to join in on the 5-day Play Big Faster Challenge. You'll get step-by-step guidance on how to start and scale your dream business faster. 5 days perfectly structured. Build the business you've always dreamed of without spending tons of money and hiring consultants or a lot of staff. Join the challenge today at www.playbigfaster.com.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Play Big Faster podcast. Want more entrepreneurial content?
I like this.
Make sure to subscribe for future episodes.
Already subscribed.
I just clicked on it.
Don't forget to like and leave a review. Share with a friend that needs this in their life.
I think you need this more than I.
Oh, and make sure to follow Cherie on IG at Cherie Speaks. And remember to play big faster.